Hello there. Today we are going to present the character sketches of the characters in the story The Flowering Tree by A K Ramanujan. So there were 6 characters: the queen, the king, the daughter of the king, the poor mother, the flowering tree girl, and her husband. The queen was very affectionate mother. She was very caring and loving. She loved her children. She was kind towards all and tried to fulfill all her children's wishes. She was very mature and understood everybody very well. She knew how to handle relationships. She treated everyone equally. She treated her daughter-in-law as her own daughter. She knew how to make everyone happy. She took care of all the terrible and foolish things her daughter did. She kept worrying about all her loved ones. She was a perfect example of an ideal mother. So now the king. The king was a very caring person. He knew exactly what to do and when to do. He knew what was beneficial for him. He was a great listener. He listened to everyone in his kingdom. He was quite aware of all the activities happening around him and knew how to turn them for his own good. The news of a girl becoming a flowering tree was a rare thing, and his clever mind took advantage of it and got his son married to that girl. He was very protective of his dear ones. He was an opportunist. He knew how to take advantage of things. He was an ideal king and a very smart and clever one.
I will give you the character sketch of the husband of the girl who turned into a flowering tree. So basically, the husband of the flowering tree was a very loving but a very shy person. He, though for his satisfaction, had married the flowering tree, but he still, in all respect, was a very loving, kind, and caring person towards her. We also say that when his wife, she did not return, how tense and responsible he behaved by giving up on all pleasures and going in search of his wife. So we can also see that he's a very mature and responsible man as he asks and proceeds with the process of getting her hands and legs back to normal and taking his wife with him to the palace, and thus behaving and respecting his wife like all husbands should do. The next is the girl who turned into the flowering tree. She was a very caring and a very considerate person. So as soon as she attained puberty, she wanted to help her mother in overcoming their family crisis, and she had the ability to turn into a flowering tree, and the only thing which came into her mind was to help her mother. So she did not have any greed for money or anything, and she was very simple and caring for everyone. She wanted to hide this ability from everyone else, but this couldn't happen. So then, due to the greedy and the malicious characters in the story, she had a very difficult and a very hard time. So she suffered a lot due to her sister-in-law.
The king's youngest daughter, the villain of the story, was a very selfish and malicious person. She only thought about her own gain. When she saw a heap of flowers lying outside her newly married brother's window, all she could think was, how can I get these flowers for myself? She couldn't wait to run off to the queen and whine about her brother's failure to offer her some flowers. When it became apparent that she wouldn't be receiving the flowers anytime soon, she took it upon herself to go and spy on her sister-in-law. She was very cunning. She knew exactly how to manipulate her brother and her mother in order to get permission to take her sister-in-law away from the palace. So, on reaching the orchard, she received precise instructions from her sister-in-law on how to handle the flowering tree. Yet, despite receiving these instructions, the king's youngest daughter and her friends mercilessly attacked the flowering tree. While they were plucking the flowers, a thunderstorm came, and they hastily poured the second pitcher of water and ran away. Back at the palace, the king's youngest daughter had the guts to lie to her parents about her sister-in-law's whereabouts. Months later, when the sister-in-law was found again, she recounted her tale. The king found his youngest daughter guilty and ordered her to be thrown into a deep pit. As we can see, the villain of the story met with her downfall, quite literally.
So now the poor mother. The poor mother is portrayed as hard-working and loving mother. To feed her children, she does menial jobs and listens to all kinds of stuff. And even after that, she bears all of it, killing her self-respect only to be able to provide a better future to her daughters. Even though she may be a part of patriarchal and stereotypical society, she still doesn't regret having two daughters, instead is immensely proud of them and does not let the disparities among the rich and poor come in between the upbringing of her daughters. She is confident and she has self-belief and does not let herself or her daughters get dominated by the king. She boldly replies to him and faces him.